With this, just use your imagination. We're using peaches today, obviously, because we're at a peach fair. They ripen some ripen much faster than other ones do, and
some get really kind of mushy when you cook
yeah,
them.
Yeah.
Some of them hold up really well.
Right.
So there's different peach varieties for different purposes.
There is Andy's Ginger Peachy Delight. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Hi. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good morning. We're here at Andy's Orchard, and we're doing a peach show. And this is Andy. Say hi, Andy.
Hi.
He's kind of shy. So anyway, this is Cooking for All Seasons, and today we're going to be doing a peach show. And we have a lot of people around here. And Andy, give us an idea of why all these people are here and what is exactly the reason that you do this.
Well, we have a lot of varieties that we grow, and our focus is on heirloom type fruits, and people don't taste this normally. They don't taste them at farmers markets or certainly in the grocery stores where they get these kind of rock hard peaches. And so we invite people to come out here, and we have a spread, as it were, and we have all these different varieties here. I think today we have as many as 70 different varieties of peaches, nectarines, plums, and pluots, and apricots.
I don't think people really honestly realize there's that many different kinds of fruits available, because when they go to the market, they have their basic green fruits.
Green fruits, yeah. When you go to the market, the plums, for example, they have red plums, black plums, and yellow plums. They don't even give them names. Well, here we have these really old varieties with, that have names.
They remind me of when I was a kid.
Yeah. They have this juicy melting texture, which normally you don't get in grocery store peaches.
And I know this is your baby.
This is our baby. We call it Baby Crawford. It's a little peach. It's not really big, but it's packed with flavor. It's one of the best tasting yellow freestone peaches available, and it's our specialty. We're the only commercial grower that does grow them. Okay. And there's always a waiting list for them. People come in here and they'll call ahead and they say, we want a couple of flats of it, and we kind of pick the order because we don't have too many of them, and some years are really sparse because.
How is this year?
This year's a great year. I mean, we have quite a bit of fruit available.
Good.
And it's a great peach. It has an old-fashioned peach flavor, very intense. Makes great cobblers and pies. And jams. We make jam out of it. So. Yeah.
Well, actually, in the last couple of weeks, Andy's given me a couple different kinds of peaches, and I've tested a couple different kinds of peaches, and I'm not a real baker, and I know you guys know that, but I've noticed that different peaches have different flavors.
And textures,
I've really kind of gotten into it, but not just the different flavors, but different textures, and they ripen. Some ripen much faster than other ones do, and
some get really kind of mushy when you cook them. Some of them hold up really well.
Right.
So there's different peach varieties for different purposes, and this one is just a great all-round purpose variety.
Well, it's beautiful, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but I've sliced up a couple because this is what we're gonna be using today. We're gonna be making two things. We're gonna be making Andy's Ginger Peachy dessert. I know he kind of giggles. He said, "How do you put my name on it?" Yeah. But it is his. I made it for him. And then another thing is we're going to be taking some brie cheese and taking some of his jam and cutting up some fresh peaches, putting it in that with some ginger, because ginger and peaches go together real well. Yeah. And putting it over the brie cheese. So
what I really like about these two desserts is that you're not cooking the peaches. You're really focusing on the fresh fruit flavor of the peach, and really highlighting the fresh fruit flavor, the distinctive flavor of the Baby Crawford.
Yeah, well, that's what I tried to do. I hope that it turns out. I hope that you guys enjoy it. But thank you, Andy. Thank you for having us here, and we're going to get started here in a moment. But thank you, and I hope that everybody. Oh, thanks, and I hope that everybody enjoys everything that we've done. And
Yeah, we have probably upwards of 200 people here, so it's a great little. It's like a county fair here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And people go out on tours and they can pick the fruit and all kinds of great things.
Well,
so.
And
of course you're the highlight.
Oh no, but something, going out and picking fruit. We'll just take a second here and talk about that, because I grew up in the Santa Clara Valley and I picked fruit as a kid. I know, obviously, you did. This is your orchard, but not a lot of kids nowadays get that feeling, and they really don't realize where the fruit really comes from. They go to the supermarket, it's just sitting there, and this is a really good experience for kids and for adults too, to see the work and effort that farmers put into growing the fruit, and the amount of care and time it takes to grow it. And I appreciate it.
I think the tours themselves, it's an education. It's
educational.
Yeah. Kids go on it. Kids are actually free. And there's nothing better than eating a peach. I mean, just picking the peach right off the tree.
Oh yeah.
And just chomping into it. That's the best way you can enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
And I have my breakfast al fresco every morning. I go out there and just have a couple
come
of peaches.
on!
So.
Now you couldn't get any better than that. But thank you again.
Okay. Thank you very much,
all right,
Judy.
We'll
thank
see
you. Bye bye.
Okay, you guys, we're going to get started here, and the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to make Andy's ginger peachy dessert. So you can see that we've got these beautiful peaches here, and they've been peeled. Now I just want to show you something. First of all, I want to thank La Crusade for giving me this knife, because it's a neat knife. If you notice the tilt of it, it works wonderful, because it has a curve to it, and when you're peeling, I don't know if you can you see this? It just goes right along the edge of the peach, and it really makes peeling peaches and all kinds of fruit much easier. So that was really neat, and I wanted to thank them for that. So anyway, you can see that we already have some peeled here, so I don't want to take all this time peeling peaches, but you can see that it can really come in handy. So this is our crust. Okay, I want to tell you about the crust, because the crust is your basic crust. It's made with some ginger snaps and some graham cracker crumbs. Now, it's your absolutely basic crust. You can use this crust to make any kind of dessert. It's graham cracker crumbs. It's equal amount of graham cracker crumbs to ginger snap crumbs and all you need to do is go get some ginger snaps, grind them up. If you don't have a grinder, just use a palette, or just whatever you have, a pan, just smack them around. It's butter, sugar. I just ground them up, put them on the pan, and put them in the oven for about 8 minutes at 350, and it makes a beautiful crust, as you can see. The next thing we're going to do is now this is the cream, and this cream is made with some mascarpone, which is an Italian cream cheese, and whipped cream. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky. It's a cup of cream, heavy whipping cream, to about 8 ounces of mascarpone. This is what you get when you're eating like tiramisu. This is what they use. This is a double recipe, so don't get, this is, you're not going to make this much, but this is, this in itself is about, I probably would say that if you're going to make this size, this is probably going to maybe need a double recipe, because this crust I made for this is thinner than what is in the recipe. So when you mix this, what you're going to do is you're going to take your whipping cream, whip it about 2/3 of the way, and add in the mascarpone. The mascarpone you need to take out of the refrigerator, bring it to about room temperature. You don't want it warm, you don't want it melting, but you do want it somewhat warm, because mascarpone and whipped cream need to infuse together. If you over whip it, it will curdle and separate. So do it very slow when you infuse the mascarpone into the whipping cream. Add your almond extract and some powdered sugar to sweeten it. In the recipe, I say 1 to 2 teaspoons or tablespoons. You need to adjust it to your taste. I don't like things real overly sweet, so you need to adjust it to your taste. It's really all about you. So then what we're going to do is, you can see it's beautiful. It just makes a beautiful spread. So all you're going to do is just spread this on. Now normally what you would do is then refrigerate this after you've spread it on. I mean, you can imagine the taste of this. I know the people around here are going, yes, we can imagine it because we're going to be eating it. But it's really fairly easy to make. Just, it takes practice. If you get kind of irritated with it and you don't and you don't want to do it, just use whipping cream. Or actually you could use a custard. You know, you could take a package of pudding mix, and instead of using whole milk, use heavy whipping cream in your pudding, and that will actually make like a custard. That's what a lot of restaurants use. I mean, I don't think people really realize that, but they don't. A lot of restaurants don't make everything from scratch, even though they may appear to do that. So there we go. Now that's not. I know you guys can do that. If I can do that, you can do that. You know, you guys. I'm out of the camera, but here I am back again. I'm not the best chef. I mean, the best. Okay, you're going to have to edit that one out. I'm not the best baker in the world. Okay, using my baby Crawfords. And all I'm going to do is line them up. I've already sliced them. What's nice about these is they aren't real watery. You're going to have as long as you're going to, let's put it this way. You could use probably any peach that you want. Just be careful that if you're going to eat it that day, it's okay if the peach is kind of watery or juicy, because what will happen is the juice from the peach will begin to break down the whipping cream and the mascarpone. The mascarpone actually keeps the whipping cream stable for a longer period of time than just plain whipping cream, because it's much heavier. But I wouldn't probably keep it for more than a day or so. So if you were going to serve it, say, for the next day, you could make it the night before and it would be fine, because we're going to glaze this. So I don't know, I hope you guys can see this. It really is pretty. You know, there's some other things that you could add on to this. You definitely could add, say, some raspberries, which would be really pretty on this. You could add strawberries. You could add blueberries. You could really add any other kind of fruit that you like. You could really make, I know you guys, like when you go to the grocery store and you see those beautiful cakes that they have, where they have the peaches around, and then they have the grapes, and then they have the strawberries. You could actually do that with this. Just use your imagination. We're using peaches today, obviously, because we're at a peach fair. But you could use anything that you like, anything that you're... And this is another thing. This is what's good about this, is that your kids can do this. You know, give them, you know, if they're not old enough to do the slicing, slice up the fruit for them and let them make it themselves. You know, kids are really funny. They have a tendency to really eat what they make. So if you're having a hard time getting them to eat their fruit, this would be a great thing. Let's see. Okay. Hope that didn't. So now you can see that. I hope you can see that. It's really pretty. Now the next thing I did was, my hands are sticky, so I'm just wiping them. Okay. This is a glaze. Now the glaze that I made, I used. This is a ginger. It's a crystallized ginger, and what it is they take slices of whole ginger and actually crystallize it with sugar. I don't know if you can see this. And what I did was I just took the ginger, chopped it up very fine, and heated it up in the. I had some apricot like syrup, and I had a jar of peach jam. So I sort of just mixed everything together and infused the ginger into it. And then I'm going to use that as the glaze. Then I strained it because I didn't want the pieces of ginger. I wasn't sure if everybody was going to be happy with chomping into a piece of ginger. But for you, if you don't mind, it's fine. I mean, I don't mind, but I wasn't sure if everybody wanted it. But it tastes really good. Now this ginger, as opposed to just plain candied ginger, is a little bit spicier, I would say. So places you can get this at, Trader Joe's sells both kinds. It sells the crystallized ginger and the candied ginger. So if you're looking for it, that's where I would probably go to find it. Okay, so this is the glaze that I made, and you can see here it's just like a jam. And then I'm just going to take this and wipe this. Just use this is a silicone pastry brush. Oops, we lost one of our peaches over the edge. Now I'm going to have, after I do this is going to get refrigerated, so it'll get set up. So, if you don't like, if for some reason you're allergic to a certain kind of fruit, use whatever kind of fruit that you like for a glaze. It doesn't have to be a peach or anything. You could use a raspberry glaze on this. You could use cherry. You could use any kind of glaze, with any kind of fruit. To thicken it, use a couple of teaspoons of cornstarch in water, and then add that into the hot mixture, and that will thicken it up. Let it cool a little bit, and then put it on. You don't want to put it on to this when it's really hot, because what it'll do is it'll melt out your whipped cream and the mascarpone base. So there we go. And there is, oops, there is Andy's Ginger Peachy Delight. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Next is, we're going to make some brie cheese with some ginger and peach. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Cooking for all seasons. And, okay, we got some bugs, we got some flies, but we can't help it. We're out in the orchard now. But now, okay, we finished with our Andy's Ginger Peachy dessert. That was the sweet part. So you notice that we put the ginger with the peaches because most people don't really realize that ginger is actually a real compliment to peaches. Ginger actually is a compliment to a lot of different fruits. So when you get in your kitchen, try it, experiment a little bit. You don't have to use a crystallized ginger because, like I was trying to explain to you, it is hot. It's not hot like Oh my God, my mouth is going to burn up. But it does have a little bit more of a bite than the regular, just the candied ginger. So treat yourself, buy one package of each, and like I said, try Trader Joe's because they carry both of them, and you're going to be in your kitchen. You're going to be trying these different things. Apples are good with ginger, so remember that for the fall. So, okay, now we got flies. Okay, so let's get going. Now we've got some brie cheese. And the reason why I'm doing this is a lot of people, this is Sunday morning. I don't know what to fix for breakfast. I have people coming over. I'm serving some champagne. Let's have some champagne. Let's have some brie cheese. Let's have some fresh peaches. Hey, let's mix it together. Okay, sounds silly, but it isn't. We got a jar of peach jam here. If you don't have peach jam, apricot, whatever you like. But I do have peach, obviously, because I'm in Andy's orchard and he has peach jam. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's get this heated up. We're going to put some, we got heat, yeah. Nope, nope, nope. Thank you. Thank you for my help. I know you guys know I always have help. Jeannie's my help and she's over there. I know you can't see her today, but she is over there. Let's see. Let's get some of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some peach jam in here. I mean, you could do this. This is so simple. This is just so simple. This is wonderful peach jam. Like I said, if you don't have peach, pineapple would be good. Peaches and pineapple. Today we have fresh peaches, but if you didn't have fresh peaches, apricots. One time we did cherries with this. It was wonderful. So, the one thing, let's see. And I want you to see this is a beautiful pan. La Crusade sent this over to me. And they're so generous with their things. I want to thank them for sending this over to me. So what you're going to do, you don't want this to boil up because this is sugary. So you just want to get this to a warm heat, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to add in, and what I did was, this is the crystallized ginger, because we do want, I mean, we're serving cheese, so we do want a little bit of a, a little bit of a snap in our mouths, a little bit of a taste bud going on. So we're going to put some of this in here. I know you guys go, oh, whoa, that's so much. But we have a lot of cheese here. I know you guys can see that. So we're going to, and what it's going to do is it's going to infuse itself into the peach jam. I hope that, that you will come out and bring your family out to one of these functions, because I think that they're really good for not just for you, but I think to bring your children to see the orchards and to see all the work that people put into growing things. Farming nowadays is becoming such a lost, I mean, it's an art. It's where we get everything from in this valley, and we need to really begin to support those people that put all. I'm not on a soapbox, but I am. I really do want people to understand that it's really important that we support the farmers, because if we continue to go the way we're going and sort of paving over them, eventually. We won't be able to have those little stands on the side of the roads anymore that I'm used to having. I know that a lot of the people that are watching this, you're probably used to seeing them too. So, okay, I'm off my soap. I wasn't on a soapbox, but I know it kind of sounded like it. But anyway, I don't usually do that, but it is important. Okay, that's enough. So, okay, what I did was these are the baby Crawfords, and all I did was chop them up because the idea is to put the freshness in it. So we're just going to add this in. I want this to be happy. So that's why we're going to put. Can you guys see this? I hope you guys can see this. I mean, this is so beautiful. I mean, it's just really, and this is going to go over that cheese, and I just know that people are going to enjoy this. And I know that you serve this with a bottle of champagne and maybe some, you know, some fried eggs with some really good bacon and maybe some hash browns or, oh, that sounds really good. I mean, or you know what would be really good? Maybe like an egg casserole. That would be even easier. You know, you could make like an egg casserole, which would be really easy to make like the night before, and then you wouldn't have to do all that work. So maybe we'll put like a recipe for like an egg casserole. Let me find one, and I'll put one out on the internet for you. So you could make like a really good Sunday brunch, and you know, serve this with some champagne and an egg casserole, and that would be a really nice way to celebrate something, or just, you know, just life, you know, which is really nice. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to use the back of my, oh, okay, we've got warm. And you really just want this to warm up. You don't want it, like I said, you don't want it boiling hot. And as you can see, it's loosened up. You can see that the jam has loosened up. And now we're just going to let it sit for another minute or so we can get some of that because the ginger, let me show it to you. The ginger has sugar around it. And so what we want to do is we want to melt that sugar out from the ginger so that the flavor will infuse into the mixture. I know, you guys, I know I sound like a frog today. I don't usually say, but I have a cold, so I'm sorry. I hope I'm not sounding really bad. But anyway, okay, this is ready. We're going to pour it over this. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring out our desserts and we're going to serve it up. And then we're going to actually ask people as they taste it if they like it. And I hope they like it, because I'm going to be really embarrassed if they don't like it. And actually, which is really neat, is that I can edit out those people that don't like it. Except for that, I know they won't. I know that they won't edit it out. They'll probably leave it in and embarrass me, but that's okay. Okay, now look, I want you to see how beautiful this is. Isn't that pretty? Now, can you imagine bringing that to the table for your friends to enjoy? And what's nice about this is the peaches in there are fresh. I mean, really, we haven't cooked them down. They're still fresh in there. And what this is going to do is it's going to warm up the brie cheese. And you could actually, I honestly think that this would even taste good over even maybe a Gorgonzola, which has a blue cheese in it. I think you could even do that. I don't think you could use this for a sauce on pasta, though. Well, maybe. I'll have to work on that one. But, okay, let's turn this off. But then we're going to serve it with these little toast points. I think that's like the perfect size. However, if you wanted to, you could put whatever kind of, little cracker that you like with it. You could even, French bread, little pieces of French bread. So anyway, we're going to get ready here, and we're going to start serving, and then we're going to do a little interviewing, and hopefully they're going to enjoy everything. So we'll be right back, and thank you for being with us. We'll be right back. Hi.
Hi, I tried both of them. They're absolutely wonderful. That dessert, oh, with those peaches and that mascarpone and the cream. I'm just going to head straight and buy some peach preserves right now. It was awesome.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Thank you.
Did you like, how about the cheese? Did you
Oh,
like
I
the
love
cheese?
that. I love that. And it looked easy to do.
Can you imagine that with a nice bottle of champagne?
Oh, I can. In fact, I'm going to do that for dinner tomorrow night. I have guests coming. And I've got the peaches and now I'm going to do that.
I'm so happy. Oh, thank you so
thank
much.
You. Thank you for
And
doing
where are you from?
Mountain View.
Oh, we're in. I'm so happy.
Yes.
I'm so
See, I've
happy.
got the
you came.
recipes. Thank
Oh,
you for doing
cool.
that.
I'm so happy you
Thanks
came.
so much.
And your name?
Margaret.
Margaret.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Margaret.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay, see, so now I'm not embarrassed. Okay, next.
I'm next.
Next. Okay.
So I just finished, and it was phenomenal. Wonderful, fresh, beautiful fruit. Wonderful.
I'm
Thank you.
so happy. And your name?
Macy.
And Macy, where are you from?
I'm from Sunnyvale.
Oh, a Sunnyvaler. I'm so happy you enjoyed it.
It was wonderful. Thank you so much.
How did you like the cheese?
Oh, well, who can't like cheese? That's
But
wonderful.
isn't
With
that
the
good?
Peach.
Can you imagine that
beautiful.
with champagne?
Oh, yeah.
and breakfast, and you're just
Oh,
sitting around.
I'm
and,
ready. I'm ready.
You know, and then a little dessert later.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
phenomenal. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
Macy, I'm so happy. It's so nice to have you here.
Nice to meet you.
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you. Take
Thank
care.
You. Ooh, 2 out of 2. Oh, next.
You want me alone?
2 out of 2.
With the 2.
Oh, okay, we got 2. Okay, we got the group. Okay, and you are?
I'm Katie Allen.
And Bill.
Oh, okay. Now these guys were watching me, so now this is an honest opinion.
Awfully good.
Very good. Very tasty.
amazing.
Flavorful.
Good.
Your dessert was very light, not too sweet, just perfect.
Yeah, I'm not a real sweet. That's why I said if you're making your own mascarpone and whipped cream, if you like it sweeter, you need to make it sweeter because I don't like it so sweet. I like the fruit because otherwise it kind of overshadows all the fruit and everything like that.
Right, and I think your champagne idea with,
With
the
the-
breckle,
with the
the
cheese.
brie,
Oh, okay.
that's good.
So you know,
Yeah.
see, that's a very easy thing to do.
Good.
Okay, well, I'm so
Thank
glad.
you.
It was nice to meet you.
Nice
and
to
thank
meet you too. See you. Bye bye.
Hey, and get in touch.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
You got your card?
Yeah. Well, the
Right in
email,
here?
there's
Oh,
right there.
Cooking for
Yeah.
all seasons. Good.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Nice
you
to
so
meet
much.
you. Oh, we're doing good here. Was that like about 3 out of 3?
Hi.
An interviewee.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Take the glasses off so we can see if you're really telling the truth. Okay. Well, your name?
Mike.
And where are you from, Mike?
Santa Cruz.
Oh, you're from Santa Cruz. So what did you think?
Yeah, it was great.
It was great. Did
Yeah.
you like that?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Oh, good.
The one with the ginger in it.
Oh, what's the cheese?
The one it was like a crust on the bottom.
Oh yeah, the dessert.
Dessert, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
it's
really
nice,
good,
nice.
yeah.
How about the cheese?
I like the cheese too a lot. Yeah,
Yeah?
you could really taste the brie, and it really wasn't too sweet.
Oh, good.
Which
I'm
is nice,
glad. So
yeah.
you think you can whip that one out?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Looked
See
easy
that?
enough to do.
Good, good. Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Nice
Thank you.
to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you too.
Okay, cool.
All right.
See, even the young men can do this sort of thing.
My name is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa, and you're from?
I'm from Morgan Hill.
Oh, you're from Morgan Hill.
I live just up the hill from here.
Oh, okay. Well, this is Cooking for All Seasons, and this is a recipe that I created for Andy.
This is fantastic.
I'm so glad you enjoy it.
Yes, and I'm so glad that you're willing to share the recipe.
Oh, well, sure. Sure. And this is my website, and I have other recipes, and I have a show. And now you're going to be on the TV.
That's wonderful.
Well, thank you. I'm
I
so
hope
glad you enjoyed it.
yeah, I hope you have a good day. The weather's beautiful. I'm here with my
know.
little niece and my family, so it's a fun day.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck on your show.
Oh, thank you. That was very nice. Oh, come on.
all the time with
And you're on TV all the time?
Well, no, I work for the city of Morgan Hill, so I get to be, unfortunately, on TV sometimes.
Okay, and your name?
Joyce Maskell, this is Masha.
Masha.
Yes.
And we really enjoyed the tour and picking the fruit and seeing the different varieties and the grafting and of course, at the end, eating the great desserts.
It was
Ooh.
really great.
Did you enjoy it, really?
Yeah.
Did you taste it finally?
Yeah.
What's one
What-
of your favorite things to eat?
Fruit? I love fruit.
You love fruit?
She does love fruit.
I do too. And it does make a difference when it It's really fresh. And that was the whole idea of trying to make a really fresh dessert, you know.
Well, that's wonderful. We'll have to keep that in mind. We've got the recipes here.
Oh, good. Glad. Well, it was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, talk to
Bye-bye.
you later. Bye.
Bye.
Now she's on TV. Did you taste it? Okay, come on. So what'd you think?
Oh, it's awesome.
And your
Awesome.
name?
Jim.
And
Jim.
where are you from, Jim?
I'm from San Jose. I'm a pediatrician, so I'm always looking for a wonderful thing for my children to sample, and these things are great. I come to Andy's all the time. He has just the world's best fruit. And I keep on telling my parents, please go out to this orchard. Don't go to the supermarket. These
See?
peaches at the supermarket, you could bounce off the ground, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I remember biting into it, and it's dripping down your chin,
Yes,
and
yes.
you're licking it, you're licking your finger. I mean, I bought some of these peaches, and I bought some Safeway and Lucky Peaches to do a tasting for my medical assistant. And you cannot believe some of my medical assistants, they like the hard stuff. They say,
I
oh, this
know,
stuff is crunchy, that stuff
yeah.
is messy. I said, you don't know what the real stuff is. It's sad. It's
Were
sad.
did you were you born, have you lived in San Jose for a long time?
Oh, about almost 30 years. 30 years.
Oh, okay, so
30
you
years.
remember all the orchards and everything like that.
Yeah, they're gone.
See, I
way-
was born and raised there, so I remember all the
Oh
orchards.
yeah, well this is Valley of Heart's Delight, right?
Yeah.
Now it's all concrete and asphalt.
Yeah,
It is sad,
yeah.
and the trees here are wonderful. I want the parents to please get out there, get the kids a garden, get out there, climb the trees, and taste that wonderful fruit.
Get them out.
Because they remember. They remember,
Yes.
and the
Yes.
fragrance. You remember mom's perfume, grandma's apple pie,
Yes,
right? And this is why you're
yes.
such a great cook, because all those memories bring
Well,
back
I remember
joy.
because I grew up with all the smells of all the canning and all the fruit picking, and I lived in front of a cherry orchard, and we picked cherries and and all that kind of stuff. So I
Right.
remember all this. So I know why that all the kids need to be out here in the
Right,
orchard and
exactly.
need to know where it comes from and taste it.
Right.
So I'm so
exactly,
glad you're here
Exactly.
today.
Thank you.
I'm
But
so
thank you
glad
for
you're
coming
here.
and preparing all these wonderful food for everybody.
Oh, we'll take
Uh-huh.
Did you take a recipe?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, make one of
Oh,
these
sure.
things for the
Oh,
girls in the
yeah.
office.
Oh, definitely.
All
yeah.
right. Good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jim. Thank you for
Oh,
being
thank you.
here.
Thank you.
Okay, we have done it. We have been peached. We have been ginger peached. But here we are. We're at Andy's Orchard. This is Cooking for All Seasons, and we've had a wonderful day here. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd hope that you bring your kids out here. And as you can see, this is a place for families. And I hope that you enjoy the recipes. I know that everybody here seemed to really enjoy them. They're fresh. Give it a try. Give it a try. Come on. If I can do it, I know you can do it. So let's see if we can bring some fresh fruit into our families. I know that they'll enjoy it. So we'll see you later. Okay, this is Cooking for All Seasons. I want to thank my sponsor, La Crusade. I always want to thank my crew for doing such a wonderful job and being tolerant of me and my giggles and stuff like that. But thank you again. This is Judy Keys signing off for Cooking for All Seasons at Andy's Orchard. Hi. Hi. No hi. Okay, hi now. Okay, we're back. Cooking for All Seasons. And, okay, we got some bugs, we got some flies, but we can't help it. We're out in the orchard now.
We also have a celebrity chef. She's actually taping her TV show here. Judy Keys, where are you? Wave. She's gone temporarily. Okay, well anyway, she's going to be preparing some desserts using baby Crawford, which is our signature peaches.
I said I sure hope they like it. I don't want to be embarrassed. I'll blush. If you wait just 1 second before you start, and we'll get the, I won't, I don't want him to have to edit you out. which I know he won't. And I'm serious. He would leave it in. I know him. Huh. See, and he's taping right now because he does this to me.